Okay, it was probably
Okay.
meant that only the people on heard that first part. Ooh, interesting. Just kidding. Okay, so that being said, drop the comparison. We can't do anything about how long it's going to take us to do it. You have to just have that long-term vision. And some of the things that are really, really critical to the system that we have where you expose people to Q is we have to stop being like gurus. We have to stop being like so experty. Okay. Cause look, I get it. I came from another health and wellness company before this, and we were like mad product pushers. That's like all we knew how to do. So we just talked product, product, product. And look, me knowing every ingredient and product and everything about the history of the company and this, that, and the other. Yeah, it got a lot of people like open to checking out what I did. It didn't really duplicate much though, because everybody thought they had to be as good as me to make money. And look, not everybody's going to have my same personality. So if you are good at this type of business, like if you're good with people and you're talkative and you're good at relationships and maintaining relationships, you have to learn to shut your mouth. It's the only way to make good money in here is to play dumb and use the system. I'm not saying lie and pretend you don't know anything. I'm saying to actually use the system of playing connector and getting out of the way as quickly as possible. I remember hearing this from Jake, one of the first trainings he ever did back in 2018. I think it was like his first 12 days of Christmas. Maybe it was 2019. And he said, and I quote, "You're not selling a comp plan. You're not selling a product line. You're selling a person." Because it's not about what you know in this industry. It's about who you know. And it hit me between the eyes because I realized how good I had gotten at selling products and upselling and answering questions and doing this and doing that and doing that. And then I realized no wonder why everyone's like, "Oh, I just don't have your personality." Like, "Oh, I'm not a salesperson. Oh, I can never do what you do. Oh, I don't know. I'm not really interested." I'm like, "Oh, why is no one interested?" Because nobody wants to be me. No one wants to do what I'm freaking doing with the spamming and the talking and the always having the answer. But now, guess what? My one of my up lines, Marielle Filipponi, guess what she does when she has a prospect? She calls me. Who am I? What do I know? Right? She uses me and her other leaders literally as third party validation. Do you think that Marielle Filipponi doesn't know anything about Q sciences or isn't going to find it effective to recruit somebody with a $120,000 a month check? Pretty sure she's fine. I would join her, right? However, she's smart. She is a smart businesswoman that knows $120,000 a month is intimidating as hell. And she's extremely smart and in the fitness industry for a long, long time. And fill in the blank. So if people joining her or asking her for info think they have to be her to move the needle, they're out. They will become a customer and that's it. So instead of doing herself a disservice and puking Q sciences all over everybody with all the excitement that they have, sharing, "Here's all the products I love, and here's this," and answering every question that they didn't even ask you for, and you're sending them all these PDFs when really they just wanted to know if it tastes good. Instead, she goes, "You know who you really need to meet? My friend Kristen." Dude, she's a leader on my team. I think it's probably like half my success is probably just because of her because she's taught me more than I could have ever taught her. Let me see if I can get her on the phone right now because you need to hear her story and like she needs to tell you about our system and how it all works. Like she basically wrote the system. Trust me, this chick, like she's who you need to meet. She crazy edifies me to her prospect. By the time she's calling me to be like, "Hey, can I connect you for this three-way?" Which, by the way, she told me about ahead of time and pre-warned me. When she connects me with this three-way, I get on and they think like, "Oh, I'm talking to like someone who's a big deal in Q." And Marielle Filipponi is their friend because Marielle's that good at edifying me. And then she connects them to me. And by the end of it, I'm on the phone and now I edify her back. And I talk about our working relationship and how lucky they are to have her as a friend. They end up leaving there going, Mariel was muted that entire time, I think taking a bath and I don't know, playing with her kids or something. And pretty sure she didn't have to say anything. This other chick answered all my questions. Well, I could do that. And B, I'm pretty sure I'm partnering with the dream team because she made me sound good and I made her sound good, right? Anyone can learn that though. It's honestly the most underutilized skill set in this entire industry. It's just the art of edification. Are you good at making people sound good, or are you too good at making Q sound really good? Do you talk a lot about the comp plan and the ground floor and the timing and the bonuses and the grains and the ingredients and the organic and the wah, chelation, methylation, and people like me are like, and we're asleep, right? Or are you really good at being like, you know who you really need to talk to is? That's it. That one line will literally change your business. You know who you really need to talk to is? I hear you. That's a great question. I know I give my kid the hemp, but you know who you really need to talk to is? Ba, 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 ba. And you get good at edifying, right? Look, I'm not saying that you have to play dumb and pretend you don't know how to sell a bag of the greens. Like, let's calm down. We have our tools, we have our art gap, send them a PDF, go about your day. But I think in this industry, less is more. And coming from a company where we were such product pushers, I really had to do some unlearning. Me and my team like had to unlearn this whole concept of the overshare. And we needed to, every time I was being asked a question, I had to ask myself, is my answer going to make them feel like they can do what I do? Or is it going to break down somewhere? Because everything you do from the first point of contact with a new potential, everything you do is being watched. Even if they say they're not interested in the business, they just want to buy something, they're subconsciously filing away, this is what I would have to do if I ever joined Q and I wanted to make money. So everything you invite them to, everything you say, how often you're posting, how often you're whatever, fill in the blanks. If they think they have to do it, are they going to want to join you? If they have 7 kids, a full-time job, and they're a single father, maybe not, because they probably don't have time to learn the freaking ingredients. You're just a weirdo who likes to study all that. Just kidding. There is a time and a place, trust me, because guess what? All the knowledge you have, all the information about the system and all the excitement you have where you just want to like vomit Q all over everyone, save that for when you've actually utilized our system, stayed quiet, built a team, and now they need you to come and clutch and be their expert. That's the beauty of the duplication process. You get to be an expert eventually. Just don't do it with your own prospects. So I'm going to teach you guys kind of how I edify. Okay. It's just a little bit of like a step formula, if you will. It's something super simple because you know what I see a lot of? Everyone and their mom only edifying people making big money in Q Sciences. And it's honestly sad to me. Like, why are we only talking about my friend makes $25,000 a month? My friend makes $120,000 a month. Did you know that 99.999999999% of people literally just would love to make $300? Like $280 for going builder CV would be life-changing for most people because that's like their $180-ish investment plus $100 more. That would be like jackpot for me 6 years ago. That would have been literally like a bill or literally like groceries, and I don't have to take my bank account that might like overdraft, or literally a date night where we can finally connect without kids. That's just people's reality. So don't over edify every big leader in Q. You can edify anyone. Yes, you guys have Brooke. You guys probably have an upline or mentor, maybe even between you and Brooke, but you probably even have people in your own downline or sideline that you guys could partner up and like you're builder and I'm pro and like let's edify each other and use each other as third-party validation to close our prospects. Okay, so here's how I edify. The biggest thing is the connector piece, okay? So after you've asked somebody if they're open to taking a look at Q, I personally don't have like, here's how I go get customers, then here's how I go get ambassadors. That's stupid to me. I utilize, not to say y'all are stupid if you think that. I'm sorry, I'm like, you idiots. I'm just kidding. That to me is so silly. What I love about Q is that our system encompasses both. You just expose people to this. You can't prejudge. Quit saying only these people want to take products, or quit saying like, I just really want to help people. I'm not in it for the money. Well, then just give them my link and do this on a volunteer basis. Like, what are you even here for then? Like, clearly we're all here to at least make a little bit of money. Even if your main primary reason is to help other people, that's okay. But that's not an excuse why you only are talking about the product. There's something else there probably that needs to be uncovered. And really, you got to just let yourself off the hook. You're not as good at determining what people want and need in their lives as you think you are. I definitely think I'm a really good mind reader, especially to my husband, but he might argue with you on that one. The truth is, though, we cannot prejudge anyone. So I invite people to take a look at Q as a whole. Those QIQs, the Q opportunity calls we have, that is my tool for everything. Yes, even when I take my collagen in my stories and someone's like, what collagen do you use? I'll say, oh yeah, it's the one with my company. It tastes really good. It's like a peach mango. Plus it actually absorbs. So I'm already like seeing my hair grow. It's pretty cool. Do you take collagen? Like I chit chat right about that product. At some point though, before I send my website, want to know what I do? I go, you know what? You caught me at a really good time because tonight my mentor is doing a quick little overview and we have way more products than just the collagen. And you can hear a little bit about the company too. And I want to hear your thoughts. Can you hop on? I won't even sell them on the collagen, even if that's what they reached out to me for. I always put them into the system because I want them to see how simple this is. And then after they come to the event, they might be like, okay, I still want the collagen. And I'm like, great, customer. But if they're like, okay, fun fact, I am actually hiding a credit card for my husband right now. And we're so stressed out that even though, yes, I needed the collagen or I need that QMax vitamin for my mental health because I'm so anxious, I think part of the anxiety is that my husband's sleeping on the couch because we're so riddled with financial stress that it's weighing on me every effing day. And this seems really different from anything I've ever seen. So maybe I'm open to the business side. Ding, 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 right? You wouldn't have known that if you were like, oh yeah, collagen, here's my link, done. And you're the expert and you puke it and you talk about multiple matrix crap. Instead, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. That's my number one rule. Every time somebody comes to me with info, I'm like, how quickly can I get out of this conversation? Oh, I know. Let me send you a video about it. Then they're like, oh my gosh, I'm super interested. And I'm like, you know who you really need to talk to? And then next thing we know, they're like, okay, what do I have to do to be an ambassador at Q Science as well? I asked Kristen for info. She had me go to that call where that other chick was talking. And then after the call, I asked her a bunch of questions and then she got me on a call with that other girl. I'm pretty sure Kristen was like muted, hanging out with her kids during that call. So yeah, I think I could do that. Is that what I'm supposed to do to make money here? Okay, sign me up. And you've demonstrated how simple it is for somebody. You've already taught them the system before you ever even onboard them. Okay. So everything you're doing, you're modeling. So they come to the event, they're exposed. Now it's time to connect. Now, if it's somebody that really just wants to go the customer route, I only give them information based on what they ask for. I do not assume anybody wants the PDF because I would never ask for a PDF. I would literally be like, is it going to kill me? Does it taste good? Does it work? Okay, boom. Like that would be me, right? Thank God some of you guys have way higher standard and actually like know to look at labels. I've learned I'm way better now. Now I wouldn't do that. I'm careful what I put in my body, but that's how I was when I first joined like network marketing. I just didn't have any grid. I like popped a Flintstone vitamin, went about my day. That was like nutrition, you know, I don't know. They were like sugar-coated gummies, by the way. So if I was like dieting, I'm like, I can't wait for my vitamin. It's like disgusting. Okay, anyway, moving on. That's me. And fun fact, only 3% of people in the world actually care about the nitty-gritty. I think that number is going up because I do think people are becoming more educated and want to know more. And you might be like, not my network. That's fine. I'm not saying that it's not important to give them the information. But again, if they think they have to know all that information and study it and memorize our products and ingredients on flashcards before they can make their investment back, and they have multiple kids, a full-time job, or they're working overnight as an ER nurse, do you think they're going to want to join you? Probably not. So it doesn't matter how much nitty-gritty they want. You can still model the system, and I only give them what they ask for. So if they say, well, I'm really picky about ingredients, I need to know what's in it, I'm like, perfect. Let me send you the PDF. Here, let me send you the collagen video. Let me connect you to some tools, not me vomiting, just tools, third-party tools that you'll have. Oh, don't worry. I even say, don't worry, I have a business app. You know me, I'm not like as smart as you with this kind of stuff, but I have a business app that has all the tools and resources from that naturopath that they talked about on the call. So I will hook you up. I will even send you a podcast. If you really want to nerd out, I will send you his podcast. And they're like, oh my God, awesome. And then I just stay quiet, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, right? If they are interested in the business side though, edification has to become a new skill set of yours. So here's what I do. Okay. Step one of edification, who they are. Okay. Their name, they're a mom, They're a teacher, they're your friend, they're a mentor, they're from Houston, whoever they are, literally just who the person is, okay? Step 2, credentials, okay? But these credentials need to be a little bit tailored to fit the person you're talking to. So if I have someone that's like, oh my God, I just really need to make like $250 and like, I'm just so tired of working all these jobs, blah, 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 blah. Can I connect them to a Brittany Hitch? Yes. But am I going to lead with, oh my God, she's a freaking millionaire and she knows everything? Probably not. I'm probably going to go the mama of 2 girls and she's pregnant, super supportive husband. Like she's been in your same boat. You really should meet it, right? So I'm going to take a different approach. Does this make sense? So on step 2, credentials, you can say rank, you can say what they have made if you know that that's the kind of person you're talking to, but err on the side of just what their credentials could mean for the person you're talking to. Because remember, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. Okay. Step 3, what this mentor or person you're connecting them to means to you. What have they done for you? What has them connecting you to Q really meant for your family? Because you can go on and on about how the fact that you went executive and you're so thankful and you unlocked your fast start bonuses. But again, it's not really about that. It's about who was it that was brave enough to tell you about this and you owe it to them. You're just so thankful that she shared this and that she was willing to, because if she hadn't locked arms with me, I don't think I would have unlocked those first 3 ranks. She's who you want to talk to. So it's what they mean to you. This is where you can get a little personal as well. I got to tell you, like, I know I mentioned to you that she's made great money and she has a big team and this and that, but I got to tell you, like, she's called me before just to even ask me about like my kid. It's so crazy. Like, I have her phone number, right? So you can add a little personal touch to it of what they've meant to you. That's really impactful as well. And then last but not least, you're going to talk about step 4. We at 4? Yes. Who they are, credentials, what they mean to you. And step 4, your access to them. Okay. This is where you get you have to get really good at edifying, because you have to edify the person's time. This whole throwing your leader in a chat is dead. Do not throw your leader in a chat like as if you just have unapologized, like totally unfeathered access to them and all of their family. Okay. You're cutting yourself off at the legs when you're making your leader seem so accessible. It means that we look desperate and that we would take anyone's call. Did you guys know that I have recruited some of the biggest leaders in this industry from not taking their call when somebody in my team wanted to connect me? Because I was on a date night and I have boundaries around my time. And I don't care if they've sold $1 million in this industry. I'm on date night. So I can talk to them Monday at 10 a.m. And my team knows that they're not going to go 911, leave your date to come talk to this leader. Instead, they're going to say, you know what, I'll tell you right now, she's not going to be available because she has date nights with her husband tonight, but I'm sure she could talk to you. Let me find out. She's extremely busy. She's a big team. She's got a family, really airtight boundaries. However, we're kind of close. Like, I even have her number. We work really close together. I would not be where I am without her, because she really locks arms with people. Like, who am I? I don't know, but she gives me her time. It's crazy. I bet I can get her on the phone with you. Let me ask her for a couple of times that she's free. Tell me your schedule over the next few days and I'll try to line us up. Okay, so you're edifying their time. I don't care if the person you're edifying is a stay-at-home mom that's literally told you I'm available 24/7. Okay, even if that's the case, if Jake Spencer was at your disposal and you were on the equity council and he said, yeah, use me for all of your calls, would you be like, yeah, 100%, I can just throw you in a chat. Jake, this is my friend, blah, 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 talk to them. Like, you would never do that, yet we do that with our uplines, right? Instead, you'd be like, hi, Jake, if you're open, I have a call. Would you be willing? Da, da, da. And he'd probably say next Thursday at 9 a.m. And you'd be like, please be available next Thursday at 9 a.m. And if they weren't, too bad. Because there is not a single bone in Jake Spencer's body of scarcity, not one. So you have to embody that value within Q. We don't have scarcity here. We have people coming to Q. Trust me, people want it. Even if you haven't felt that rush, That's probably something you have to work on in here, or there's something you're missing within the system. And you need to go to your leader after this call and say, can you help me point out some blind spots? I need some coaching, and then don't argue with them. Oh, that's a fun one. Because I love it when people come to me, I really need your feedback. And they're like, but, and then they argue with everything I say. And I'm like, oh, they're not coachable. Noted. They don't get that access anymore. Right? So if you really want a good coaching session, be completely quiet, even if you disagree. Just write it down. Write it down, go home later, take what you want, dump what you don't. It's fine. But don't show them that you're so uncoachable that you're going to argue with them. Just say, thank you so much. I so appreciate that. It means a ton to me. Boom. Right? So that's that. But we have no reason to be afraid in Q. We have people coming to Q by the droves. We have the gold. We have like the cookie. We have the cookie. Everyone else is on like a diet only kale salad diet. And we have really warm, fudgy, soft, moist cookies. I'm doing phase 1 of 75 hard. So that's all I'm thinking about right now. So just pardon the analogy and go with it. We have the cookie. Q Sciences is the freaking cookie. And it's very moist and warm. And if you're weird about the word moist, I'm sorry. Because moist. People are so weird about that word. Anyways, at least I'm not saying another gross word. Brooke knows the real me, and she will come out if you guys are not careful. Just kidding. I'm recording. Anyway, moving on. So my point in saying all this is don't have any scarcity. If they can't get on a call with you, or if they're not willing to wait, or they don't want to talk to someone, that's fine. They probably would have been a pain in the butt anyway. So just move on and go to the next person. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an example of what this looks like. I am going to say like a builder. Okay, let's say there's somebody who just hit the rank of builder. Okay, they joined 6 months ago and they just hit the rank of builder OV because they started building a team. And that's my upline who I need to connect somebody to that I have someone who's interested. Okay. So I'd say, hey, I really want you to meet my friend, Laura. She is a mama like us. She lives in Houston here with me. We've gotten really close over the past few months. She actually already hit the first rank in the company. She's only been here for a few months. She's building a team. She's getting like recognition for hitting this rank. It's been really, really cool to see. And I got to tell you, the way that she has taken me under her wing, like we've learned this together. She's walked me through these systems. She works even with some like the higher up people, income earners and stuff like that. And she's like given me access to them. It's been the craziest thing, but here's the thing. She is super busy. She's a mama. She obviously has a team now. She hit the first rank in just a few months, like crazy. And, but we're friends. Like she'll totally take my calls. Like we're connected. Like if you partner with me, you get access to her as well. So I know she'll talk to you. But since she's busy, why don't you give me a few times that we can get on the phone with her, and then I'll talk with her and I'll try to line something up, because I'm telling you, she's the one you need to talk to. Okay, simple. That's a builder that it took them 6 months to get builder. Did that sound exciting to talk to that person? Did I need to say they made $120,000 a month to get them on the phone? No, because it's not about what you know or the success you've had. It's about access. It's about proximity. It's about, can this person help me? That's all people are thinking when they look at a presentation is, does this make sense? Which is why you have to stop vomiting all over people everything you know about Q and our products. Because if it doesn't make sense, you've lost them already before you've gotten to the Dr. K slide. Number 2, can I do this? Which is why if you're vomiting and you keep talking about everything and you won't play connector and they're busy, they're not going to think they can do it, because they don't have as much time as you have. And you probably don't have that time either. And your back's up against the wall and your spouse is resenting your business because you're always on your freaking phone and you don't know why, because you're trying to be the expert. Or they're going to ask themselves while watching the presentation, will someone help me? And it's not always you having to be the helper. Like, don't worry, I got you. No, you're going to show them the person you have access to that's got you. We got you. We have systems. Oh, don't worry. I'm on a big team page with my leader. We got you. We have all that stuff. Oh, girl, that's all in our business app. You're good there, right? Every little objection that people have and they're scared about, you can just take it like it's a bomb, swallow it like the Tasmanian devil, and burp up the smoke. Like, oh, that whole thing, don't have to worry about that. And 9 times out of 10, all you're doing is pointing them in the direction of a tool, a resource, or a person that you have access to. So if I could give you guys any advice, we have 1 month till Unite. I want you guys to expose as many people as you can to Q. If you guys all expose 30 people to Q between now and the day that Ignite or Unite started, I'm telling you, your results after everything hits would be huge. That doesn't mean ask 30 people to look at Q. That means actually have 30 people come to an opportunity call and see Q, a full exposure. So for me, that might mean I have to like really connect with a lot of people and probably try to ask like 300 people to try to get 30. Some of you might have to ask like 31 to get 30 because you have more influence and credibility than me. And that's fine. I'm just going to outwork you to get the same numbers. Welcome to network marketing. Okay. I'm not going to compare myself to you. Like, cool, good for you. You probably put in a lot of time building those relationships and credibility and influence for years while I was over here like MIA and not on social media. That's on me. So I'm not going to compare to you. I'm just going to outwork you and try to do my best. There's literally no point in comparing, right? So 30 exposures between now and then work actively as these people are getting exposed to get them through to the next step of the system as quickly as possible, to connect them to information, to connect them to a person, to edify your leader, to show the access that you have to them and the proximity and the help that they'll get when they come in because of the access you have, because you're the connector they need you. Right? Utilize that skill because so many of us, it's like, I think of a laundry cycle, our system. So many of us are taking like sopping wet, half washed clothes out of the wash and we're like throwing them into the dryer and wondering why we have to do like 6 different dryer sets and they're still kind of damp. Or we're like holding them outside of our car window, like, why isn't it drying? Blah. And it's like, you're really making it much harder on yourself. You have to wash, let it spin, let it rinse, let it dry, take it out, put it in the dryer, use a freaking dryer sheet, let it go through its cycle, then you can take it out, like quit skipping steps. And a lot of us skip the most important step, which is the connection piece and the edification piece and getting out of the way as quickly as possible. I will leave you guys with this. I had a girl that one time gave me a little tip in network marketing. She had been in network marketing for years. And she said, Kristen, really all you have to do to make like millions of dollars in this industry is just say less to more people. Say less to way more people than anyone else. And it's so perfectly connected with what we have here in Q because I'm like, that's the system. It's connecting them to a person. It's getting out of the way, not having to be the expert for once and just being able to connect them to the information. So 30 exposures, utilize the connector piece, utilize that connector piece to get your new people that join you to convention with you. And then be like, guess what? We're going to be able to meet Brooke there at convention. I'll walk you up to her. She'll totally meet you. In fact, she's like super down to earth. You should meet Marielle. You would never know she's making $100,000 a month. Like crazy. They're so cool. Trust me, come with me. We'll room together and you can meet them. Right? Leverage who you know and the proximity you have to help you help more people. Okay. And then last but not least, you have to actually be there. You have to be at Unite to see all of this momentum and excitement start to snowball like crazy, because it will, but you have to be there to tangibly experience it, or it's just not the same. Not to mention the fact that people who are there in person actually have more access to promos and releases and all of that stuff. So I hope this was helpful. I know this was a lot of information. I didn't mean to talk like so long, but I hope it was helpful, Brooke. I will pass back to you. And I just really I hope it added some sort of value for you guys. That's all I care about. And I just appreciate being asked. It's really humbling for me and it's fun to be able to share with you guys.
So much value. So much value. Thank you so much.
Oh, did I call it Ignite? Someone just said, what's Ignite? Sorry. The last convention was called Ignite. I meant to say Unite.
I've like done that quite a few times.
I call everything Ignite. I called something the Change event. That was literally the first one in 2018. Like, who am I? I don't know.
That is
Unite us all.
But thank you so much, seriously, for being on here. Like, I know that I learned so much. I know like my team chat right now, people are in the team chat quoting you. They're loving your analogies. You're awesome. So thank you so much. And now you guys need to all get a convention to Unite so then you can go up and hug Kristen and thank her in person. Okay.
Love it. Yes, please come introduce yourself to me too, because I like see you guys all on social media and I feel like we're friends. And then I'm like, are we friends? I know what you ate last night. This is weird. So please say something to me if you know who I am too, so it's not weird.
Awesome. Okay, guys, thank you so much for all hopping on. I know this was a long call, but I'm loving it. Flew by. So thank you again, and we'll see you at convention.
Bye guys. Thank you.
Bye.